Okay, hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhamad Nizaruddin. I will explain, our group will explain for the IDP, Integrated Design Project. So our program is BNE. We combine two subjects. So the subject is programmable, logic control, and electrical power laboratory. For the group members, we have David Douglas Anak Zarinnie. So the matrix is CN 200062. Next is Tuan Muhammad Shahrein bin Tuan Pa. So the matrix number is CN 200066. And then me, Muhammad Nizaruddin bin Jumali. My matrix number is DN 20005 20095.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Tuan Muhammad Syahrim Tuan Pa. Number metric is CN 200066. So today I will present about my task, which is the objective of IDP. Okay, the first thing is analyze the PLC programming using different process description to control and automation system for various application. The second is categorize the fundamental of power system and motor control starter component based on the theoretical. So next is program, testing and troubleshooting the error in PLC programming by using CX programmer software to solve the engineering problem, such as we using the CS programmer to use for ladder diagram and someone else. So the next is conduct the experiment on several type of starting electrical machine, power system component and the behavior based on calculation and theoretical. So next is respond in group effectively by solving the assignment and case study of in the project given. So lastly, of the objective of IDP is demonstrate ability is to apply the theoretical knowledge of electrical power system, industrial motor control starter, and thus to work efficiently as a individual and as a member of leader in solving relative problem. So this is for the high thinking level skill. Okay, next is a case study. So for the case study one is doll starter. Okay, for this case study is when the start button is pressed, start button doll is pressed, the AC motor start and remain on until the stop button is pressed. So the second case study is forward reverse starter. So the situation is when the forward button is pressed, AC motor begin to rotate in forward direction, which is in clockwise. The motor will rotate in the opposite direction when the reverse button is pressed. So in the reverse button, the motor will rotate in anti-clockwise, and after the stop button will bring the motor to stop in either forward or reverse mode. The motor can be moved in either forward or reverse direction using an interlocking system. So after we press the stop button and the motor in forward and reverse in any condition will be stopped. So the last case study is forward reverse starter by using timer. So the situation is the motor will start rotate in forward direction after 5 seconds of pressing the forward button, and it will start the rotate in reverse direction after 3 seconds of pressing the reverse button. And after we press the stop button, the motor will bring to stop in either forward or reverse mode. The motor can be moved in either forward or reverse direction using an interlocking system. So that's all to my presentation. Thank you very much.
So I will explain about this experimental setup. So this is the setup for door starter without PLC. Firstly, we got first contactor one for door starter, MCB and MCCB. So and then is push button start and stop for door. Then door. And then we got for the forward reverse. So here we got forward starter. Contactor 3 is reverse starter. Push button for start and reverse. Push button start forward. Stop push button forward and reverse. Okay, so the function of MCB is the circuit breaker for single phase, and the MCCB is circuit breaker for three phase. So this is the setup for the forward reverse starter without PLC. So we got here like just before. So we got MCB and MCCB, contactor 1 for forward starter, contactor 2 for reverse starter, TOR for forward and reverse starter, push button start for forward starter, push button stop for forward and reverse starter, push button start for reverse starter. Okay, this is the door starter and forward reverse starter with PLC. We combine our circuit together. So here we got firstly we got MCB and MCCB. The function is same. And then we got TOR, thermal overload relay. We got two TOR, one for door and one for forward and reverse starter. And then we got three contactor, one for door and two for forward and reverse. Forward reverse, the first one of them is for forward and one of them is for reverse. And then we got PSC CP1E, and then we got push button for start and stop for forward and reverse starter. Also we got SC to DC converter, and then we got push button start and stop for direct online starter. And then we got relay, one for down, one for forward starter and one for reverse starter.
Salam sejahtera semua, kami daripada kumpulan 7 dan kami akan menerangkan proses kita kami, proses kita kami untuk IDP ya, Integrated Design Project. Yang pertama saya akan tunjukkan cara-cara connection dia untuk motor circuit, dan seterusnya saya akan teruskan kepada motor circuit. Yang first saya tunjuk motor circuit lah, dia punya proses. Pertama macam biasa on, dia punya power. Okay. Jadi kita try dia punya single phase dulu. Bahagian ini adalah untuk doll, manakala ini adalah untuk forward reverse. Seperti yang boleh kita lihat di sini, ini adalah untuk doll dan bila on, lampu on akan hidup, apabila kita stop, dia akan matilah. Seterusnya adalah untuk forward reverse, jadi ini adalah forward. As we can see here, lampu terbuka, dia punya forward lah. Tapi kalau apabila kita tekan untuk reverse, dia akan functional sebagai ada proses interlock. So seterusnya kita stop, pasang, kita start lagi untuk reverse, lagi. Kalau kita tekan forward, dia akan function lah seperti ada proses interlock. Next saya akan tunjukkan proses untuk motor circuit lah. Kita akan switch on three phase punya. Yang pertama saya akan tunjukkan untuk doll. Seperti kita boleh lihat ini, motor dah on. Untuk doll, okay, saya stopkan dulu. Setelah kita teruskan proses untuk forward, pastikan motor dah betul-betul stop lah, sebab untuk menghilangkan sebarang kerosakan pada motor. Okay. Sekarang saya akan teruskan untuk forward reverse. Ini adalah forward. Stop, saya akan start untuk forward. Stopkan dulu supaya dia dalam macam saya kata tadi,
dalam video. Di sini saya ada 2 litar, satu litar turn starter dan satu litar forward reverse. Kami mengawal 2 litar ini dengan program PLC. Okey, sekarang ni kita akan hidupkan supply. Okey, nampak lihat supply hidup. Dan firstly, sebelum kita buat apa-apa, kita akan check kita punya control circuit, iaitu kita punya PLC. Okey, untuk down, kita try control circuit untuk down. Okey, hidup. Okey, down jaya. Dan ini adalah forward reverse. Dekat forward reverse ni, bila kita tekan push button, dia akan hidup selepas 5 saat. Okey, selepas 5 saat. Okey, tengok dia hidup. Dan bila kita tekan reverse, dia tidak akan berlaku apa-apa sebab kita ada interlock dekat dalam kita punya programming. Okey, kita stop. Dan bila kita tekan reverse, reverse akan protector reverse akan jalan bila 3 second selepas kita tekan. Okey, bila kita tekan forward dah tak ada apa-apa sebab dia ada interlock. Okey, kita stop. Kita hidupkan main circuit sekarang ni. Okey, sebelum tu ini motor untuk down dan ini motor untuk forward reverse. Okey, untuk down kita lihat saya tekan start button. Motor down akan berfungsi. Okey, kita stop motor down. Okey, untuk motor untuk forward reverse lah, saya tekan push button forward. Okey, saya dah tekan. After 5 second, motor forward akan jalan. Okey, motor forward jalan. Kita tekan reverse, dia ada apa berlaku sebab itu lock. Dan kita tekan stop. Okey, untuk lepas tu kita tekan reverse. Bila reverse, after 3 second akan jalan. Okey, kita nampak lihat motor kita berpusing berlawanan arah yang tadi bermula. So dia akan jadi reverse. Okey, kita tekan stop. Okey, sekarang ni saya rasa itu saja untuk kita punya test lab hari ni.
Greetings to Cik Maya. My name is David Zarinnie, and we'll proceed our presentations about discussions and conclusions. For discussions, preferred control system in integrated design project. The preferred control system that we want is by using PLC. There are many advantages when we use PLC to control the SC starter, ST motor starter circuit. Since the wiring connections of the circuit will be reduced as the PLC is the main control. Since the PLC is the main control, it controls the circuit functions such as timer functions, interrupt functions that usually involve normally close and normally open functions and mailing home. And last but not least, by using PLC, we can use the same AC motor circuits but can have a different functions. For example, like the study case 5.2 that we have been given for us, forward reverse starter with some timer 5 seconds and also 3 seconds that for reverse starter. Continue such as when we need to use timer in the circuit, we just need to use all functions and we just need to use timer function in the diagram rather than using the all method that uses mechanical timer. Next is the challenges when constructing or completing the IDP. Number one is we do not convince for sure, 100% sure that the our circuit for PLC CPYE can use AC voltage. So we use to prevent in case the PLC damaging. So we use AC/DC converter to convert the 240 VAC to 24 VDC. Next, we do not confident regarding the connections of the relay. So we use our initiative to do some research regarding the connections, relay connections in the web in order to avoid or in order to avoid any issues or obstacles while constructing the circuit. And last but not least, the reverse starter is not functioning well. Um, for these situations, after we done connecting or completing the wiring circuit, when we test the wiring for the door and the reverse starter, we found that our reverse starter does not function well. So we do some continuity tests and also checking the address for the PLC outputs, and we found that the number one, the wiring connection is not connect to the right terminal for the reverse starter, and we also accidentally insert the wrong address for the reverse starter in the diagram. All right, next for the conclusions. As a result, the integrated design project IDP was completed successfully, and the student gained knowledge of how to implement snipping technologies like PLC programming and creating direct online starter and forward reverse starter script. When the student talent is required in a certain contemporary industry in the future, this experience definitely will be beneficial. One of the skills that we were able to pick up over the project practice was the ladder diagram, which is a fundamental component of the PLC programming. The student who attended the course should also be aware of how DOL or direct online starter and also the forward reverse starter circuit operate in order to functioning a motor. Students and finally students also can program, testing and troubleshooting the error in PLC programming by using CX programmer software in order to solve any engineering problems. That's all from me. Thank you.